Booking video 3. All right, ladies, so let's talk now a little bit about what sets us apart when booking, okay? Because again, I know sometimes booking can seem like that one salesy part of our business that we don't like. And so I want you to think about when you get a sales call. They just start talking, right? They just go. And you're like, and they don't stop. And if you guys didn't know, a little tip for you, salespeople have to stop after you've said no 3 times. Just a little tip for you. But we set ourselves so apart because we ask permission 2 times in the very beginning, okay? One, we have a connection. It's either a referral or we've met them or we know them. Secondly, we ask permission. So in the very beginning of our booking script, we would say something, let's say you were a referral, and we'd say, hey Sarah, this is Kelly Loneker. I am a new friend of Gina Gardner's. Did I call you at a good time? Do you have a minute? So you've already asked permission to keep going. Very different from sales, okay? Secondly, then if Sarah were to say yes, I'd say awesome. The reason I'm calling is Sarah and I got together a couple weeks ago for an advanced spa facial treatment. And we had so much fun that we decided to do it again and make it like a girls' night out and give away some gift certificates and some goodie bags. And she wanted one of them to go to you. So do you mind if I describe it to you really quick? By the way, that's all in our scripts, okay? So if you're like, oh, I didn't get that down, that's in our scripts. So do you mind if I describe it to you? Second time I've asked for permission for me to keep talking, okay? So, and you guys, if they're busy, they'll tell you. They'll say, I'm at work, or, oh, I just answered, but I'm actually got a kid in the bathtub, or whatever, okay? So they'll let you know. And I know they appreciate that we ask that. The second thing that I want you guys to know is that our spa facial treatment, the way I teach you guys to do a skincare class, incidentally, I've probably said this before to you too, but a skincare class and a party are the same thing, typically 3 to 6 women. And a facial or a double facial, same thing, just 1 to 2 women. So when I say party, facial, skincare class, they're all the same thing. So we do it a little bit differently, and it's enough set apart that it's going to give you guys more confidence in booking using our script. And I'm going to tell you guys why. This literally just happened to me 2 nights ago. So all the time when you do the skincare class the way that I teach you, you're going to hear, and what sets us apart is we do soft music, candlelight, like dimmed lights. I'm a freak about it, you guys. I want you to dim the lights, okay? I want you to only have candles and soft music playing. If you're doing it at somebody else's house, I'm going to share with you how you coach your hostess to make sure, you want them to walk in and feel like they've escaped to a spa, okay? So we have hot towels that they wrap their hands in, they put in their face, and they're real towels. Like, I don't want you guys using the ones that are disposable. You've got chocolates on the table. And the way we teach our skincare class, we do the full face. We do some extra things like microderm, we do eye gel, we do satin lips, satin hands at the table. It's super pampering. And then we give a lot of education, but not too much. And then it's not really pushy at the end. And so what I hear time and time, and a lot of consultants on our team and adoptees have told me time and time, they hear it too, is people will say, I've been to Mary Kay parties before, or even other brand parties before, and I have never felt so pampered, not pushed to sell, fun, had so much fun, and educated at the same time, and felt like you really cared and wanted to build a relationship. So that sets us apart, which that ties into booking, because you guys, our booking script is a little lengthier than you're gonna hear out there. And there's a couple of things I want you to do very differently on purpose. But I want it to be lengthier because you're selling the sizzle of the spa facial. The spa facial is different, and so I want you to sell that. You'll also notice in our booking script, a lot of booking scripts you would call and say, hey Sarah, this is Kelly with Mary Kay. You don't know me, but we have a mutual friend in Gina Gardner. I don't want you to say Mary Kay until the very end, okay? And it's not because I'm ashamed of Mary Kay. I love what I do. It is the best thing out there. But it goes back to, again, I told you before that some people have a negative experience or connotation with Mary Kay parties, Mary Kay people. And I don't want that in their head until I explain what the spa facial is. And then at the very end of our script, this is very important. the very end, I want you to say the whole script the way I teach you, but the very end is super duper important. And that is at the end, like most of us, we say, okay, Sarah, so we describe it, sound good, and there's no obligation. So we usually say that. But years ago, I started thinking, when somebody says there's no obligation, like in your mind, maybe I'm critical, but I'm like, well then what's in it for you? Like, why would I come, right? So at the end, we say, Sarah, there's no obligation. Here's what's in it for me, in case you're wondering. Or you might be wondering what's in it for me. Or here's what's in it for me. The only thing that's in it for me is your opinion. And then my hope is, Sarah, if you're ever in the market for new skincare or new colors, my hope is that then you would think of our new Mary Kay line and me, okay? And I want you guys to say that exactly that way, because what's in it for me is our opinion, and my hope is. That is very honest, isn't it? I mean, you're saying, what's in it for me is I hope if you're ever in the market for it, you think of me in our Mary Kay line. And sometimes they think of you that day, and they're in the market that day, and sometimes it's not that day. You never know. But that's, if you notice, that's when I mentioned Mary Kay. Think of me and our new Mary Kay line as one of your options, or an option for you, okay? So those are some of the differences and what sets us apart. Okay, let's talk now about how to address some common booking concerns, okay? First of all, I want you guys to know that a no doesn't always mean that they're not interested in Mary Kay, in the facial, or any of that. A lot of time a no is like a request for more information. Like when I said no to my initial facial, and it wasn't even a facial, she was gonna come over and show me some new fall lipsticks. It wasn't because I didn't wanna see new fall lipsticks. It wasn't because I didn't like Mary Kay. It wasn't because I didn't like Stacy. It was because I could not literally figure out how to have somebody over with a 6-month-old and a 2-year-old and my husband out of town. I mean, I was just like, I can't make this, I can't make it work. So luckily, Stacy addressed my concern, and she figured out how to be a problem solver and make it work for me. So know that a no doesn't always mean they're not interested. And I want you guys to know that like empathy always works. Empathy always works. Mary Kay Ash, you know, one of our founding principles is a golden rule, teaching others as you would like to be treated. And one of the most important things of that is having empathy, is feeling how other people feel. So when you're addressing concerns, I want you to always think, feel, felt, found, okay? Feel, felt, found, I'm gonna explain that. But you're always thinking, how would I feel if I were her? That's golden rule, putting yourself in her shoes. Have I ever felt that way, or do I know somebody that's felt that way? And how can I solve that? What have I found? So you kind of want to think, I know how you feel, or maybe you know somebody who knows how they feel, okay? I felt the same way, or I know somebody that felt the same way, and here's what I found, or here's what she found, okay? So a common concern that you'll hear is I don't wear any makeup. I don't use makeup. And so you could totally say, oh girl, I totally know how you feel. And this actually was something for me. I didn't wear a lot of makeup either. I didn't wear a lot of makeup either. I know how you feel. I felt the same way. I didn't wear a lot of makeup either. What I found actually was most important was getting my skincare right. And then you can use very little color, and it's actually much more natural. So I would love to focus on, what I usually like to focus on, especially at the first appointment, is just pampering you with skincare. So is there any reason why we couldn't do more skincare and less makeup? Okay, that's Feel, Felt, Found to that one. Secondly, I tried Mary Kay before, or I've been to a Mary Kay party before, okay? So, oh my gosh, girl, I know how you feel. I have a friend who's been to like 4 different Mary Kay parties. And so she was like not excited to come to mine. And so what she told me, what she found is that she had never been to a spa party like this. I mean, like I described to you, we are talking soft music, candles, warm towels. From the moment you do satin hands with warm towels and M&Ms on the table, she was like, I'm sold. So she found that it was like really worth it just for the pampering, even if she never wanted to purchase Mary Kay. So is there any reason why I couldn't get you excited about just trying the spa facial and giving me your opinion of that? Okay. Another one, too busy. It's a common concern. It's a valid concern, right? And so you would say, again, feel, felt, found, like, oh girl, I know exactly how you feel. I feel like there are not enough hours in the day to get done what I want to get done. And so what I have found when I'm working with busy women such as yourself is that if we can carve out just an hour, or preferably two, but even just an hour, then I can get your skincare where you're loving it, find your personal preferences for color. And what I found is that then with those customers, I am able to save them an enormous amount of time after that. I deliver right to your doorstep or have it sent right to you. I know what's on trend. I mean, it saves an enormous amount of time. Do you see, like, could that benefit you? Could you see that, Sarah? Is there any reason why, like, we couldn't do a quick one and then save you time in the long run? Okay. Another one is I use X brand. I use whatever brand. And so I would say to that, oh my gosh, I know how you feel. I loved the skincare I was using when I was using it. I wasn't seeing the results I wanted, but I was comfortable with it. And you obviously value your skin. If you already have a brand that you love, I would absolutely love to get your opinion. I always look for people who are satisfied X brand users, okay? Clinique users, Rodan and Field users, whatever. And don't you guys honestly, like, don't you want to know what they think of ourselves? I always look for people that are satisfied users of Rodan and Fields. I would love that. So I would love to get your opinion. Is there any reason why I couldn't pamper you and you could just compare the two for me? Okay. This is a biggie. I tried Mary Kay once and I broke out. Okay. So to that, I would just say, first of all, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I break out, so I know what that feels like, and I'm sure that was not fun. I know exactly how you feel. So would you mind if I asked you if you broke out, was it like pimples, like breakouts, or was it like a rash? Okay, consultants, most of the time it's gonna be pimples, okay? Let's pretend it was a rash though. Okay, it was a rash. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Was it like quick? Like, did it take a while to heal? Okay, sweet. We do have a line that is more for like closer to nature, a little more for sensitive skin. It's called Botanicals. If you'd be willing, I would love to get your opinion of that, especially since you have more sensitive skin. What do you think? Is there any reason why I couldn't do that? If she says no to that, and you guys, sometimes you're gonna run into people that are like, I've tried everything in Mary Kay. And I don't want you guys to get worried about that because allergies happen to things. I mean, there are people who are allergic to strawberries or nuts or milk, or you know what I mean? It happens. So don't stress out about that one. Do the best you can. But most of the time what you're gonna find is they broke out in like pimples. And to that, I just say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Again, and if you guys don't break out, you can talk about your director and just say, my director breaks out and she has told us how awful that is. It just attacks your self-esteem. And so that is no fun. Usually what we have found is when that happens with Mary Kay, it means that a person has been improperly profiled. So we didn't ask enough questions about your skin. Maybe the consultant wasn't educated enough to know that there are different things that you can combine. And I gotta tell you, girl, that's a passion of mine, is finding people's skincare so that they absolutely love it. And I would be so honored if you would give me your opinion and I could at least try to find what worked for you. So would it be okay? Would there be any reason why I couldn't try to maybe, with the help of my director, get you properly profiled and see if we can get you the right combination, at least to try, and you could give me your opinion? Okay, so those are some common concerns that you might want to address.